Take advantage of this opportunity to hold me hostage. The Lord will stay in place at the moment with his head full of questions. What is going on? What's going on? Is this another one of his schemes? Seeing the other side is indifferent. The man is going to explode. You still hesitate, ah? When the guards arrive, it will be too late. Xionglu couldn't care less and was ready to take the man down first. But just when his jade hand touched the man's moment, a horrible breath came to the face, originally comatose Asha into a sudden tremor. This is Zhuge Sha hidden second period. When contacted by the male into a coma, will be the other with Hainan sexual contact with the female as the life and death of Hainan great further reports. He step by step to the Xiaoguang Shao. I did not expect ever overthrown Zhuge family was so afraid. No wonder by the late emperor to extinguish the ancestor of the Zhuge killed both hands tackled the discussion a meal of Samadhi conquest. A will be auxiliary loop plus sizzling. Fast dead sound rushing fire so that for a time shall also have no way to should. Turn to apply liquid. At the moment has been completely scared silly. If Shao was faded out. That Qinqiao incident on the complete thought of here, he disregarded his own safety. Rushed up to Xiaofei opened the bridge. The powerful explosion swept the entire palace. A skyrocketing fire shocked the imperial city. And after the explosion to find that Ah Zhen fell in love with Ah Chong, this round seems to be fixed in the world. After a long time, the elimination of the red-faced did not wait for him to be angry. Suddenly was Zhuge Shajai water out of the cock to blow up. But then a place to disperse. Only two lie one good thing to stand in place. This is the system sound again. Congratulations to the old master. The task failed. The existing national power points 1,000 times. No night froze in place, eyes waterless. What the columns of garbage think frequency. How not to deduct the points, but also to the big points to run away from the 2-day curtain. However, this scene has put a assistant to the shock to just happen so fierce fight. Bamboo industry not only safe and sound, but also burst out so strong aura. He slowly could understand Lord Li's expression on the servant night. The outburst produced a commotion, as well as alarmed the court hand. Li Tianyuan hurriedly rushed to the earth with his guards, and he hurriedly knelt down to apologize to servant Yi. And the micro-minister will bring the assassin down. T's scripture behind the scenes to hear here. The servant master immediately refused to stop. This assassin looks good. I also want to keep him to serve love. Li Tianyuan was afraid that the servant knight was involved with Tu Su. So he quickly said, Your Majesty, this assassin is very dangerous. I am afraid it is not good to stay. And Tu Su smiled faintly. I like to play the world. Or do you think I can't deal with a woman? The atmosphere is extremely tense. Li Tianyuan did not dare to say anything more. Midnight a hand picked up the unconscious Xiao Suo for the harem. He also had to put this woman in books like that continue to let him engage in a great cause. In order to be the king of the dead country, the emperor early morning and hold the harem concubines on the court. The ministers in the court just want to have admonition. But if one on the cannot pass, then like out of a girl, all of you love how to deal with the secretary. Quite a few ministers were angry directly fainted. If the late emperor knew that fear can be angry directly from the coffin handle to climb out, and just now also intends to unite the group of ministers to suppress the emperor's big Jun Chenjiaozi, this gram is more people are stupid. He immediately angrily rebuked. His Majesty Ming allowed can be in the harem on the court, so not an etiquette. This scene, even the treacherous ministers were angry to send over. But the head of the master but a slight smile. You do not have to be more concerned. I am a fainting emperor, deserted to welcome the slave bully. To participate in the court in the harem instrument is not reasonable. Zhao Zhuo today also intends to use the identity of the servant knight fainting king to go on a mission. Did not think. Waiting for people actually took the initiative to recognize. It seems that as long as the shameless to know son, who also take the pawn industry cannot help. Pawn immediately made the eunuchs to the concubines to see the position. In the imperial prestige ordered higher than the group of ministers, The host in the Great Dynasty will destroy the Regla order points minus 500 more than 9 cents of the system's voice to make the servant even lower. He decided to a moment in the conductor of the destruction of your one of the things that make him in front of the group of ministers to lose the threat of the demise of the country maybe more quickly. Where you love to work, the Godfather in order to consolidate their own power privately has colluded with the minister to give the apprentice industry point name color gold endowment Asia. Recently someone in the seaport of Jidong found auspicious offerings to the micro-minister. Micro-minister appreciated this thing symbolizes the cosmos appreciated, so want to dedicate it to the place. This word, Joshua found that two killing did not have the slightest happy, but very open. He could not help but suspect that the male Taoist not leaf recognized the padded fart, but to this point, in any case, will be strong to endure to take out. Joshua clapped his hands the next second. Then wife Komodo went to the west of the eyes pulled up. This is what I trapped in the underground spirit animal fly bamboo leaf almost did not be a mouthful of water choked to death. In the past goddamn Sunlong come to see the animal world in clear, but this thing shakes to come. At the moment, the Great Hall was out of the figure extinction. Other people cannot help but talk before this as the system is born John Lai with key figure Xiaoshua trigger finger object. If all present recognized, Xiaoshua said will deduct 2,000 points. Servant Knight the whole person is smiling. The original light was so simple. The next turn again to his performance moment. Looking at that blood basin big sun towards his roar jump. Servant Yin scratched his head. Lord Zhao, how do I look at the figure does not look like SH. He auspicious. Sanglong, Zhao Zhuhei wantonly a smile. And there is no positive people. All the ministers can someone recognize this beast? Say he is or is not Sanglong. Tu Zhao with a doubtful authority. Many people have to echo up. This eventually. This is clearly the Sanglong. I was young when traveling in the East China Sea. I have seen this thing. There are also people ancestor handed down the mountain and see scripture said, not Sanglong is simply the same as this thing. The group of ministers have congratulated His Majesty to obtain this kind of sacred godfather at the moment in the heart of music state, openly following half of the day under the empty. The imperial power is only he can do it. His thoughts and servant liquid ring to appease. His servant liquid ready to open incense machine offering wine. Suddenly an objection to the voice resounded in the saucer. This objection almost did not give the servant master gas. He fixed his eyes. This person is actually his harem. This monster looks so ugly. How can it be Sanglong Dragon? It is a symbol of His Majesty. What do you mean by offering this thing? Noon Yiching's cold sweat. His brain rotates rapidly. Finally want to Che on the jump sure. Then let the hand of the harem Zhao uncle to help Zhao burn to speak. The following this thing let's say is not calm. Uncle Zhao froze for a moment under. Know that he is Xiaoshua inner sister has arrived. Tu Liquid also let him stay around all the time. And now even more to let him rush. He understands that this time Tu Liquid is to let him. And Xiaoshua cannot do between. Think of Tu Liquid to him love Lung family point and click. But instead Xiaoshua, but he even beat and scolded him. He instantly firm resolve. So ugly how can be a fly? You, however, are afraid not to be in the parents' bed between the 7 surprised completely backhanded edict. The more he said the more energized. Directly Zhao was scolded stupid, but also the Fu Master scolded stupid eyes. What exactly are you messing up all? Said good help public Xiaoshua was beaten. This time the target is wrong, right? After scolding the edict also did not forget to inspire other consequences. All of a sudden the court hall is scolding. Xiaoshua a time actually do not know what to do. He hastened to ask for help. Xia adult said, to kill my 9 clans is your family sent to the palace of the female family. How do you usually discipline? Xia adults rolled up his sleeves just to call you. Who let the women simply do not marry his people. When you sent me as cannon fodder into the palace of that, I'll be with the next family to cut off the righteousness. This word, it is more passionate positive dungeon concubines also want to report my father from the head dare not believe in the blessing. embezzlement, relief, family, food, and pay. My father in the local forced occupation of people's fields. My father's moral character is corrupt. Every day to stroll in the green deaths. My father grass and kill people. Do the work plus the mausoleum. The word simply do not have a graphic liquid can be inserted into the mouth. At the moment, the scene is very wonderful. These ministers in private do bad things. In a word, until this moment, Zhao Zhuo only understand what Li Qingyuan said to him. Ryua really is not a good person. A time when the courtroom ministers celebrate the position of the harem gas pressure, which is Tuyi. Gloomy face pulled out the day. Step by step walked up. The true dragon son of heaven's power and air hole across several meters away can feel the knife on the child ministers are too scared to speak. The harem beauty also calmed down, however, in the next moment. No night quiet see towards Zhao Zhuo look. Zhao Zhuo for a moment, almost the next second. But back to God only to find out that it was that Komodo choke lizard. Zhao towering for such a monster to hurt my feelings and gas. It is not worth it. Dao. What happened at the court meeting today? I will assume that I cannot be born at all. I do not know how to be afraid of your Lord Zhao's order, fear of stagnation. A variety of emotions are written on the face of Zhao. His Majesty is right. And after the end of the court meeting, venom was ironed all over the shovel, due to the destruction of the finger deer for the horse, resulting in the group of ministers led by the Godfather was shocked by the system. The host's imperial authority is more solid. Rewarded the national power points 2002. You originally thought that this could be the death of the country back to the modern era. But I did not expect that the crown prince killed into the palace, but also threw a wink to him. The bottom of the millions of soldiers are shouting, "Long live the emperor! Long live 10,000 times." Originally in the finger deer for horse event, the prestige of the treacherous minister taught by a great impact. In order to let the dead country task continue, Voltaic Knight will be Li Tianyuan promoted Mrs. The prince is overriding the right and left prime minister under one person, 10,000 people on the position. Outside of the prince and the millions of soldiers attacked. Inside of the biggest treacherous ministers in the way, the servant knight, and the enemy when the king of the dead country. And know that after the decree, Li Tianyuan whole person is stupid. To know that at this moment, the Jinbei army is playing the Qing army. This name, if he led the army southwest after the failure will die without burial. This is not to put him on the volcano horn felling. Li youth once again feel too liquid horror of the heart. Just recognize Zhao Zhuojing also ran away. Then why he himself just demonstrated that he was promoted. Distractedly Tianyuan also do not want to work with this pig teammate Zhao Taoyuan. Do not think that my mild attitude to people fan not. Li in charge of the Jade Seal broken. In front of the 100 officials demonstrated the prestige. Even the imperial edicts have betrayed you. You still have what bottom card in hand. I now look at the past diligence. Give you the last chance. Said this Li Tianyuan a token into Zhao Zhuo's mouth. With your current identity and the tiger symbol can fall. Send dragon guards to build a good job. Or wait for 2 Su to kill and all to die. Said, Li Tianyuan will turn around and leave. And Zhao Zhuo also know to leave the troops out of the war only 1 death. In that case, then don't blame me no. Labor a few days later. The former by the surrounding villages were covered, ransacked. The villagers hugged the soldiers pleaded to leave a little food matter. But the military order is like a mountain. The soldiers can only be forced to levy the sale. Even the Dragon Guard's commander cannot stand to see. He questioned Zhao Zhuo. Why not yet started the war to cut off the food and money? He asked Zhao Zhuo. Why do we have to cut off the food and money before the war starts? These are all the food for the people of Dakian to spend the winter. Won't it chill the soldiers and the people's hard work? Liren Tongling, you are questioning the Prime Minister. I just want to increase the chances of victory. As long as we avoid the rebel frontal attack, the former Jing perimeter food and grass and cut off drag can also be dragged to death Tusu. Being a citizen of Dakian, we should have the consciousness of sacrifice, which is their honor. Zhao Zhuo on the surface is so, but secretly has long been grain and grass elves transported to Jia. With these, He can also stand on his own as a king, however. All of this is collected in the eyes of the original Tuan Min. He is on. Now the court has been completely disappointed. So he secretly instructed his men to send the message to Tu Su. The other side, Xiao originally thought that the burning and looting are to master this dim-witted Gaul. Did not expect to listen to the soldiers' return, but it is Xiao who has single-handedly covered the sky. But Xiao and cannot identify the real name. So it will be the soldiers said the words of a 50-50 pass to Tu Su. At the same time, not far away there is an old six is appreciating his own cleverness. This time stable. Completely stable, the dragon guard was Zhao Zhe that old general took away. The city guards less than 1,000 people. My good big brother will not be able to give me a dry insurance. Think of this. Tu Liquid cannot help but laugh. On the other hand, Tu Su also received the news. Half a month later, the Jinbei army defeated. The Dragon Guard seized countless provisions. Jinbei Vice Commander Wang Zhan very doubtful report. This more than 10 days cannot be avoided. Progress is also too smooth. Every time the other side almost yet to engage in battle. Will leave to. Grass to escape is obviously intentionally brought to them, which is certainly fraudulent. Tu Su heard a heated smile. General Wang is right. I certainly know that he is intentional. That brother's mind, I cannot understand it. Thinking back to his childhood, as the crown prince, Tu Su was given high hopes by his father. Daily let him learn how to govern the country. But he could not learn it all. He only wanted to lead the soldiers to fight. So he gave his brother Tu Liquid spit up. Tu Li told him at that time that he could not spend his days drinking and enjoying his life. So it was no good for him not to be an emperor. As for Tu Su, being the first eldest son of the two clans, he had no fate to die at all. Looking at his brother's lost look, Tu Master smiled and said at his brother, "This is simple. I will snatch your emperor position in the future, but also deprive you of your apprentice form, and tell you to live the life you want." The play faced crooked as a child nowadays. Touch the books bad, you idiot. For brother, would rather go against the whole dynasty, would rather go against the world. This time by brother to protect you. When the Jinbei army killed into the capital, Yu Jing single-handedly towards the palace. This scene directly to the two knights to engage in protection will be. This is a side of the guards just ready to take an arrow to shoot. Scared, Tu Su hastily stopped it. Husi can let you shoot, put down the arrow. Really by this small soldier an arrow shot dead. Tu Su. Lousy still destroy a hair of the country. Tu Su to see this scene is also gratified to see the smile. You are now, as you wish to become the emperor of the faint. You're still the same as before. You're a pleasure seeker, you're stubborn, and you're contemptuous of the world's laws and regulations. These few words to the two masters said the heart happy and angry, but the next directly to him to listen to the silly eyes. Will these as wear on their own body to play the dim king? You still to their own goodness, so cover up? What the hell? Tu Liquid on the spot and spell prison on the dry burning. Goodness, who exactly are you talking about? At this time Tu Liquid suddenly realized, this guy must be in the mouth cannon. Want to not bother a soldier, a figure, to trick me to surrender. Direct surrender cannot reach the conditions of the Battle of Jing'an. He immediately called towards Tu Su guide. Thanks for calling yourself the god of war, but you're still whining about the ritual of shouting before the battle. Tu Su helplessly shook his head. My emperor, my emperor, you are still the same as always, mouth cheap. But talking about the first world, the next is the focus. The whole army will listen to my orders. Zhu Xiaozhua kissed the side of the king, my emperor, long live 10,000 years old. This is the system. The voice rang out. Liu original prince to the father and master of the courtier for life. Brotherly feelings deep. Was rumored to be a good story. Sincere pro-hyphenate event. Resulting in the host then power Jia 5,000 servant industry straight nowadays. Black state. The figure of Zhao Ji in his mind swung past. Sorry. I can no longer help you to mess up this country. I am going to die a death. After the destruction of the country will rely on your own. When his fallen country died just like that. At the thought of his most important traitorous minister being killed by his brother, Tu Yu is scared out of his wits on the spot. Xiaoshua is dead now, right? Tu Su told him. I order my subordinate Wang Zhan to fight against Xiaoshua, and will then use the head of Zhao Master as a congratulatory gift for His Majesty's ascension to the throne. But when his words just fell, the city wall is no longer to his figure. The next second, only to see the servant liquid mounted on a fast horse pass through him. He will never allow anyone to hide cover the old dog's life, or with his own how to die in the country, how to return to modern times. And at this moment do not know how to die. Xiaoshua even still make death. He thinks the palace has fallen. He must be good to keep, mastering the hands of this dragon guard. Only later have the capital to turn around. Seeing the tiger symbol is like seeing His Majesty. Going against him is the same as going against His Majesty. For generals who disobeyed, he used the method of killing the chicken to make an example of the monkey. Just as he was about to behead those who disobeyed his orders, a large hand suddenly stopped him dead in his tracks. When he turned around to see who was so bold, he only saw two liquids' bloodshot eyes staring at him. Servant Liquid went crazy and roared at Xiaoshua, Xiaoshua, don't be a fucking dead man. What will you let me do if you die? He grabbed Xiaoshua's face. Do you want to know what's out there? 80,000 Jinbei army. So to fuck you off. Their mouth only shouted the Qing army Suju Xiaoshua. You really want to play yourself to death? At this time contains the heart of the Long Wei generals. Your ability to die is really no one can match. Ah, Xiaoshua listened to the frightened face black. His mouth has been murmured male enhancement. Impossible. Until now, he is still self-compassionate, almost bluffed by you. You have such a good heart to save me. It must be that the former gold was overrun, and you fled for your life to come to all this time is still annoying. Butcher's Liquid is also a burst of speechlessness, and at this time, Xiaoshua even waved his sword and soared towards him to kill. Xiaoshua thinks Tu Su to kill is also the first kill to you. If you can take down the two liquid to the new emperor, maybe not only can save his life, or a great merit. A side general rushed up to protect the emperor, but he was killed on the spot. Blood cut across Tu Ye's cheeks. He fell in place. He didn't know if he was really wrong. At this moment, Xiaoshua put the sword on Tu Liquid's neck, laughed loudly. You in the end is not by me to pinch. When you die, I will kill your harem of women who offended my good deeds. Those women were originally tools to utilize, right? Especially the second-hand goods within the edict, have long been given by me to countless men against the master. Hospital tools only shall. Xiaoshua words, like countless silver needles in the heart of the two liquid. Master Li finally broke the defense. He backhanded a punch hard in the face of Xiaoshua. You're this piece of fat pig good excessively ah. No matter what is said to do is good excessively. The old man to go to the fucking cross. To go to the fucking bullshit task. To go to the fucking bullshit system occupation. The last foot is more ruthless kicked Xiaoshua's crotch. The pain of the Xiaoshua lying on the ground and rolling madly. What you just said is too right. What is not to the master's liking has to be cut. Do you know how much I paid for my dream? Lousy because of the fear of leaving an heir caused by the worship of the country cannot be. Every time I look at the beauties can only point to the end. In order to organize a good harem cosplay costumes for 3 whole days and 3 nights did not close their eyes. I also have to learn the world's strange words. Do you know how much I have to work hard? And you, into things not? As half things have more than enough. At this moment, the generals on the side watched two liquid violently beat Xiaoshua, and they didn't know how vigilant they were in their hearts. Two liquid is like a god of death. Step by step towards Shua. I entrusted you with a great task, and this is how you repay me. Xiaoshua has been completely beaten silly. He knelt on the ground and continuously kowtowed to recognize his ancestor. I shouldn't have avoided the war. I shouldn't have closed my eyes to seize power. I really know I am wrong. Tu Nai coldly laughed. Wealth, army, throne, all these do not matter to me. What I care about is that the people I reused all failed. This time Xiaoshua was even more awakened. He cried and said that he had failed the former emperor, His Majesty's great kindness, and failed the people of the former dynasty. letting them fall into deep water. I am a sinner of the former dynasty, Joshua cried, sobbing. He regretted that he had done so many wrong things. But to ye heart of the ant is not these. He wants to die will be handed over to the big task. Su Joshua, you a traitor. Step by step to the old man to earn power. The mort ear 6 times. This is the most angry to him, however, at the moment, but Joshua scolded, wake up. Servant Liquid Disappointment also thought of giving him another chance. But I did not expect Joshua heart is not how to hold back. Messing up the country actually want to hold themselves hostage. 2 Liquid sighed. The next second Joshua was behind the figure knocked down. Shao, you still shot ah. Shao did not think that his own appearance is also in the control of 2 Liquid. He once again felt the pain of 2 Liquid. At the moment his position is also in the embrace of the 2 Liquid and 2 Su back and forth between the billion pendulum. How do you intend to deal with him? 2 Liquid coldly smiled. All along, he had placed the hope of the kingdom on Zhao Lord. But now it seems to be really wrong. It is also time to take the initiative into their own hands. Just as he was ready to end Zhao's life with his own hands at the same time, Zhao Shu was also having nightmares. Countless white bones asked him why he didn't take revenge for himself. They had once sworn a blood oath together to kill Zhao Zhuo, when that fat-headed Zhao Zhuo terrorized his tool of betrayal against his master, and ended up the same as them. Saying that, he opened his bloody mouth and attacked him. Just this is the vault of the sky above, a sacred sword from the sky, dead into Zhao Zai's head, and of this sword, it is the figure also. The dream world and the present world are synchronized. At this time the imperial decree was awakened by a voice. Sister, Zhao Zhuo was executed by His Majesty, and is now preparing to convene the ministers in the Great Hall. Hearing this, the imperial decree shed tears. It was finally over. When the Jinbei army arrived, Servant Yi had already returned to the palace. The only thing left here was Zhao Zhuo's corpse. On the other side, Tu Li was sitting in the Great Hall, and had lost his mind. I was thinking of destroying the country. Destroying the country? What have I done in this period of time? Now the harem is dead to him. There is no chance of any red face wreaking havoc on the country. Jinbei Crown Prince Tu Su is forewarned to protect his throne. Li Tianyuan and Zhao Zhuo after the death also completely into the location. The court is more stable, a group of civil and military officials. Servant Liquid of fierce as a tiger's operation down. The fire points instead of rising 15,000. So that he still how to count on these people to help him to destroy the country in the future? Servant Liquid's sad appearance and Li Tianyuan looked more fear. He wondered. Obviously has killed Zhao Zhuo. Tu Su also sincere return. Why in 2 Liquid body cannot see a trace of happy signs? Thinking about this, he was afraid. And there was only one reason for it, and that was that he was still alive. The original relationship of subtle checks and balances between the 3 parties had ended, and now he had become the only discordant factor. Thinking of this, Li Qianyuan immediately strengthened his heart. It was time to take a stand. I congratulate your majesty on your great power, handily killing the traitor Zhao Zhuo. It is really a great pleasure. However, Zhao Zhuo is from the hands of the micro-minister to steal the talisman, break the chaos to the minister to serve as a subject to the law. I hope that your majesty to exempt Prince Chen support, in order to warn filial piety and friends. Li Tianyuan words have not finished. Will be 2 Liquid interrupted. Stop. Listen to stop. I am now not in the mood to listen to you say these. In recent times I am too tired. 2 Liquid cannot want to lose the last insistence. I next decided to micro-visit. Flow calendar flag removal of the matter will wait for me to come back to talk about it. In order to Tianyuan heard, the whole person is stupid. Your majesty, this in the end is a joke out. The court just stabilized on the calendar. Then their own Taibai have not become the existence of 10,000 people. Is this a test of themselves? Li Tian people under the rush to beg his majesty to think twice. Who want to change is in vain, he is bitter. You are here to cheer up is? Figure night to see Li Tian no longer before the arrogant and domineering. He was completely disappointed. Counting on Li Tianyuan extermination of the country is impossible. Well, there are still a lot of forces outside of D. The North Grassland Kangwolf tribe repeatedly exhausted the race. Even the god of war Tusa can only be barely, and they are no 5 open. The south is across the river from them to the Golden State, the master of the country of the literary towers and military tactics. And even the first emperor, during his lifetime repeated conquests, were also unsuccessful. The last is the Big Qian territory called the Faithful Anti-Wave and Show Well. This only by the god of the villain composed of rebels has been the former dynasty's big trouble. The first 2 forces want to help Tui extermination is too much trouble. This time the private visit. He is staring at Hong Xiujue, the emperor of the Qing country, to exterminate the domestic thieves as a mole. Think about it, all feel self-excited. Tu Liquid thought of her happy smile. But the sight of Li Qinglian again scared silly. He really cannot figure out Tu Liquid. What kind of medicine is sold in the gourd? But no matter what, in the future, he must be careful to do things carefully, and carefully again. And so on Tu Yi travel to the countries these days. Must be good to help him govern the country, so that it cannot recruit any waifu, so that they can live. Venom would have wanted to come alone, brother, but led Xiao to protect him. The 2 walked in the streets around Longqing, very confused. This is clearly the birthplace of Tu's royal family, but now nominally belongs to the big money. But it has long been penetrated by the forces of all sides. According to reason, the late emperor should pay immense attention to this generation of control of the whole talent. But with the late emperor and Tu Su, that iron blood means lucky to have the rebels set up a stronghold again, just at the time of Tui Dao. Xiao suddenly blocked in front of him. In front of this group of strongmen is the people of the Red Show Army. The town has never seen you guys before. You won't be the imperial court to send it, right? See, the identity was a term. Zhu Xiao immediately took a fighting stance, and Tu Liquid juncture mouth corner smile has been fast suppressed. Really stepped through the iron shoes without looking for a place. Yet all the effort actually appeared so quickly. I am indeed the person said by the court. Where is your boss? I have something important to talk about. Seeing the other party confessing their identity like this, the rebel sister was dumbfounded. But this was their place, and they were not afraid of how much of a fuss the 2 could make. Servant Yi and Xiao were thus brought to the president of the Red Sleeve Army. At the same time, a group of people wearing masks in the disc, who are dancing wildly to the middle girl to report the news of the great power. The good news is that the new emperor Tui registered 3 months to quell the turmoil in the court. The country's technology has not been exhausted. So what is the bad news? Just as the altar master was asking questions, his men returned that someone from the court had come to see the pan master, and instructed the people around him to leave himself first, then pick up the crab on the ground and eat it. This picture to see the 2 Liquid uncomfortable. The girl did not move. Xian is the leader of the Red Show Army, proficient in the art of the square, good at confusing the hearts of the people, collect the world's stragglers. For the letter to plant the map, subversion of the Great Frontier Foundation, known as the Daozi Complete Hexagonal Warrior Discord, is even more astonishing 100%. Figure Liquid, after seeing these messages, suddenly turned to the spirit. Ha, hello ah. The highest completely did not understand him in greeting. Although you and ordinary people dress up to try to hide the identity. But I guess you must be a high position of power, and you this follower. It seems to be perennial walking in darkness. See blood, countless ruthless people. Fox Knight is still smiling and bragging. Worthy of being the leader of the Red Sleeve Army. The vision is really sharp. The truth is not to hide. Although I am a person of the court, but it is not the court of the Great Qin State. I, in the history of the Jin, by the order of His Majesty, specifically looking for the Red Sleeve Army to cooperate. His words just fell. An altar of wine will be followed by the waste and crack. Servant Master froze on the spot. Seeking cooperation. Said good. You also have ideas about Dakian farming. Why cover up? Tui in the future? The whole person again froze in the eyes. He lowered his head to look at himself, more confused. who expected the other party precisely patted his face, still decorating it. Are you not for the dragon lamp that dominates the world's chi? 500 years ago, Tu's ancestor is here to chop off the head of a giant dragon. Tu sure has since gained the world's chi for the world, even if the vassals at that time are divided, and in the end, almost united the world, which also let the later generations widely rumored. Every 500 years, there is a yellow dragon out of the world. As long as the head is chopped off to take the dragon's root, you will be able to be the emperor. That's all the world knows. Unknown to the world, 500 years ago, the yellow dragon was actually beheaded by two people. The other person was the king of the Chu people who founded the Golden Kingdom. The two were sworn brothers, and could have become confidants who entrusted their lives to each other, and also produced Jinsi because of this incident. Tu's ancestor by virtue of the dragon-plowing family hold a leap to unify the entire north. And the Chu people king although also united the south of the Murong River, but the national strength is completely unable to compete with the whole country, if it is not by virtue of the heavenly dangers of the painstakingly support. And now afraid of the country has long been extinguished. Now that 500 years of realization is approaching, the pattern of the world is bound to change drastically. Today, the system detected the Dragon Emperor's chi. The plot may trigger a fire extinguishing event. It is recommended that the host first obtain the cave-free trust and strive to discover the needs of the plot. The excitement in the heart of Wu Nike is self-evident. Here in a microcosm, the red show gentleman is really the Comer Wu Daozu. Fong mentioned the Dragon Emperor Jiqi. Do you also want to take over the world? Too liquid full of excitement to ask questions. But the results obtained is that Wu Daozu weaving want to be born lightly when the law, but not a little want to be the emperor's idea. But directly to the two master hole will not be. Born to be a rebel is what the hell. Do not you have no goal? No dream? Unbeknownst to him, the crown prince Li Tianyan has long been secretly trailing him.